All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you all are doing well. The Yankees, this series kind of was low-key really important. Now, obviously, they have the best record in baseball, and they maintain the best record in baseball after this series W. But, they weren't exactly in a place where they mathematically needed to win any games. No, not in the slightest. But this series is a series that I refer to, if you follow me on Twitter, as a Dan Rourke must-win. Now, what is a Dan Rourke must-win? That is when... Now, there's no mathematical ties to the saying must win, but it's just a series that if you lose, you'd feel shitty. And just overall, winning is crucial to the current vibes of the team. So, after a weekend that was controversial, which we won't get into, but, controversial, then they end up losing 2 out of 3 to the White Sox. Then you have some injuries. Some guys have some COVID scares. More and more is coming out about basically the Yankees season. I don't want to say crumbling, but it was definitely far and away the worst week that we've endured as Yankee fans so far through the 2022 season. So to be able to, not exactly in the most pretty of ways, it wasn't, the best Yankee baseball we've ever watched, but they still won 2 out of 3, especially after losing that first game. That was a frustrating game. Judge's 2 homers, really a game that was very winnable. The bullpen ends up blowing it, kind of ran into some bad luck. We got Port's job. Just another reminder that, we all play in the same ballpark. It's not just the Yankees that had the advantage when playing Yankee Stadium. We suffered a Port's job, Monday night. Lost that game. But to be able to bounce back, win those 2 straight, and take 2 out of 3 from the Orioles, that is good because we're going into a 4-game set. This is big, a 4-game set, our first matchup of the year against the Rays. And I know, I feel like the schedule is nuts. I mean, we've played the Orioles, this is our 4th series against them, maybe 5th? We've played the Blue Jays 2 or 3 times. We have not yet once played the Tampa Bay Rays, but that's going to change starting tomorrow. 4-game set in the Trop. Circumstances, obviously it's early in the year, but these games matter. The Rays are the team that is trailing us right now. They're currently 5 games behind us. Actually, I believe 4.5. Let me check that real quick. Yeah, we have a 4.5 game lead over Tampa Bay. And although it's just May, same vibes as what I always say when the season starts. These games have just as much impact as the ones in September do. So at the very minimum, considering where this team is at injury-wise right now, which, I'll talk about in just a second, minimum 4-game set in the Trop, you want to split. Don't lose any ground. That's the main thing here. But, obviously, ideally, try to take 3 out of 4. Positive news on Giancarlo Stanton. We did hear earlier that Stanton was going on the IL with right calf inflammation, which, right away, I don't want to say sirens went off in my head, but that's just oh, here we go again. Not that I was, mad at Stanton or calling him injury prone or nothing. It was just, you hear calf strain, and that kind of gets me thinking more of a 2019 Stanton, because there's 2 different ways we can go with Stanton. There was last year he actually did go in the IL, which many people forget about, but it was a very quick 10-day quick span. He was on, he was off. 2019, however, he had these injuries that lingered and turned into other injuries, ended up only playing 18 games that year. This, however, is no longer a calf injury. Boone corrected himself tonight. Whether he got new information or he just misspoke earlier, I'm not sure. But turns out he actually has ankle inflammation. He expects him to, serve that 10 days, and then he'll come off right after. So, if anything, this kind of seems like precautionary, which I think is totally fine by Stanton. Once again, he went on the 10-day IL last year for literally just about 10 days. Still ended up playing 140 games. So, long-term in general, I'm not worried about at all when it comes to this team and missing him. But just overall, I'd say, offense is going to be fine. Pitching, we definitely are going to need some help. And, some promising stuff tonight. JP Sears looked really good. And not just him. I mean, he gave us 5 innings in his first MLB start. That was really solid. Scoreless, 5 strikeouts, only allowed 3 hits, 2 walks. Ron Marinaccio also looked really good. Shout out to Tom Driver, my hometown, kind of. He looked good. Clark Schmidt yesterday, he ended up getting screwed over by the stupid fake baseball extra innings rule, but he looked solid. Point is, these guys are going to have to step up. And so far, so good. I know we're only 2 games into, what we're talking about here. But, yeah, they're going to have to carry some weight with Chad Green down, with Aroldis Chapman down the IL. Jonathan Loaizaga, that also was announced earlier, he's going to IL with right shoulder inflammation. That's not good, but, can't comment on that too much because we don't know, how long he's going to be out, the severity of it. But he definitely did not look right this year. He was, I don't want to say arguably, he was objectively the best reliever in baseball last year. And, a month and a half, 40 games into the season this year, that was not the case. The complete opposite of the case. He was just not good. So, if anything, there's a positive take out of all this, because you guys know I'm glass half full. At least maybe that gives us a reason for why he was struggling so bad. Hopefully, when he comes back, he's in tip-top shape. Same with Aroldis Chapman. The whole point about this, and what I'm kind of getting at with this whole video, is that it's important to just stay afloat during this period of, going through injuries, going through a lot of, adversity. Stay afloat. I'm not talking 500. You want to be above 500, but just do your best to keep winning 2 out of 3. Take split the series with Tampa Bay. And just don't ever get into too big a slide just because you're dealing with a couple injuries here and there, because every team deals with adversity, and this just is our turn to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just stay afloat. Also, too, can't forget Miguel Andujar. Yo, I gotta say, first of all, this is a big opportunity for him with Stanton down, granted for only like 10 days or so, but just, this is an opportunity for Andujar to show us something. We know he can hit, and, a lot of people always say, like, oh, he got screwed over. First of all, he didn't get screwed over. He got hurt, yes, if that's like the point you're going off of. Giroshella took his job. Miguel Andujar has had chances, not necessarily extended periods of time, but, last year he had a good, like, I don't have the exact number of games he played, but like he had a good like month and a half worth of playing time. 2020 he got a little bit of time too, and this is another example of that. This is a time for him to, he's gonna get at bats. He's gonna get at bats, and this is a time to take advantage of that. Tonight he did though. In the series finale against the Orioles, had two hits, one of them being an RBI single. He also created the Yankees' second run. He stole second base, bad throw by Adley Rutschman, threw it into center field, run scores. So he really was in a way responsible for both Yankee runs in the series finale against Baltimore. So he looked good. What I was really more impressed with, though, honestly, guys, he looks so comfortable in left field. He really does. He's reading fly balls well, whether it's on like the routine plays. Like he tracked down a couple where he had to run a decent bit tonight. A couple of really nice plays in left field. So that was promising out of Andujar for sure. And whether it is over the next like 9-10 games or a couple of weeks, through June maybe, even if he plays well, I'm excited to see what Miguel Andujar is going to do over the next like kind of foreseeable future. Big series starting up in Tampa Bay. I don't even know if this is called the Yankees recap. I've been so swamped for time lately, guys, with like my job and everything. I'm chilling though. But yeah, that's why this video is like a little less produced. But I still want to come on here and talk Yankees because I miss you guys so much. You guys are the absolute best followers that I could ask for. Like you guys are so supportive, and like you're all such passionate fans. And like I can just tell how similar we all are. Like I read the comments all the time. Like you guys are smart, passionate, and just good energy. I feel like there's overall this really good energy amongst like my followers, whether it's on Twitter at Dan Allen, follow me, or on Instagram at Yankees Avenue. You guys are just very passionate, knowledge, and just like cool people. So I appreciate you. That's gonna do it for this video, guys. I will see you guys next time. Let's go Yankees.